wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got some special guests joining us today.
Who we got?
We got the CEO of Zeus Network, Lemuel Plummer. Did I say your name right?
Yes.
Okay. And a young lady that's banned from the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, but I'm
Natalie
back.
Nunn is here.
Oh my God, Natalie Nunn. You smell good, Natalie.
Thank you.
Why did
Thank
you feel
you.
like we canceled your interview?
Because I was told that we were going to come up here last week when the Baddies were here. And then I was like, why are we not invited anymore? I don't know. We have multiple publicists, so
They lied to you.
they must have lied.
Yeah, because you had never scheduled.
But I'm here now.
You're here now.
So
Absolutely.
let's get into
Is he
some
still a
things.
bitch ass nigga? I just want to know that.
I've been wanting to come up here for years after that interview years ago because
How long ago was that,
like
first of all? 10 years ago.
No,
at
it was
least.
like 3 or 4.
No.
Yes, it was.
No, it's like a
you
decade
guys
ago.
haven't pulled it up. It was like 3 or 4 years
When
ago.
was that, Nick? That was before you.
How long have you been here?
Yes.
It was not that long
That was 10
ago.
years ago, Natalie.
Okay, well, you still be talking hella shit.
I
so.
don't know. But I think what happened was somebody took a clip of the old interview and repurposed it.
Because it's been going around again.
Yes.
And I was annoyed all over
And
again.
you were annoyed all over again.
Yeah.
I understand that. What were you annoyed about in that conversation?
Everything. Because
Let's talk about
you used to just be like, I don't know. Because I feel like over the years you have gotten a little bit more like, you know, with the females in the industry. I think, you know, you just used to be an asshole.
You're right.
And it was just like to the point where like cringe to come up here, you know? I mean, I was like, fuck it, let's go. He gave me Donkey of the Day on a Friday before. Do you remember that?
I'm sure I did. Yes.
You used to go in. So, and then the video came back up and I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to go back up to the Breakfast Club because we got to have a conversation.
Well, I apologize if anything I
wow.
said back then hurt your feelings.
What did he say? What did he say?
He was just like, well, it was Bad Girls Club days. And he was like, oh, you're a big chin, loudmouth. You're never going to be anything. Like,
That sounds like him.
what?
That sounds
who
like him.
says that?
That sounds like him.
And look, he thinks it's funny though. That's the thing.
That's crazy.
And I was just sitting in the chair, and I was younger, so I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, yeah.
So is he no longer a bitch ass nigga, or is he still a
Nah,
bitch ass nigga, or is he
we're gonna
almost?
get into some things today.
I'm down to pray on all of this if you want to. If you want.
Listen, but no, he just used to be rude.
Well,
A lot of reality TV stars really always used to feel some type of way coming up here, especially the females.
Well, I apologize to you if that means anything.
Thank
to
you. Thank you. Yeah.
But I'm gonna get on Lamel ass though, because Lamel out here, with this damn Zeus network, bringing down the black community one show at a time.
Shit.
Well, let's talk
We
about
gonna get on
it.
Lamel. We gonna get on your ass,
I'm
Mr.
bringing.
Plummer.
Oh man.
Wait
Okay.
a minute.
A lot of
You know I'm still a bad girl, so you might want to be careful how my boss look.
A lot of people do feel that. They feel that Zeus is a low when it comes to our people, showing the fighting, showing the things that sometimes make our community look bad. What is your response to that?
We're telling real, authentic stories. We're giving out, opportunities to all sorts of folks. I don't look at it like I'm doing anything different than HBO, and Netflix and
Well,
other
that's
platforms.
fiction though.
Oh, they have a lot of reality shows. They have a lot of unscripted shows that
I ain't never seen nobody on HBO get busted over the head
Well,
and have a gas so
listen.
deep that they had to go get stitches.
Hey, listen. HBO has shows like Real Sex. They have shows that they end up showing the real. I don't know. I think for me, because I'm black owned, we're young, we're new, we're hot. I think people are feeling a way, and
I commend you on the infrastructure. I commend you on what you've built. It's hard to build any type of subscription-based platform to have. I think you got like 1 million subscribers.
We have. See, hey, look, he does this every time. We have a lot of subscribers.
Yeah, I heard y'all got a lot of subscribers. You know what I mean? So I commend that. But
I don't think I think greenlighting Krishan and Blueface show, that wasn't me bringing down the black community. I mean, we just we allowed them to tell their story in their way. We made sure it was raw, it was real, uncensored, unfiltered.
A lot of people didn't like that because they were fighting each other during it, and it was showed. And I guess the question is, I guess people want to know, is there balance on your network and not just continuously
That's the problem.
fighting. You know,
I don't think
is there a positive show? Is there a this? Because
Wait.
in all these networks,
I mean, well, we have tons of shows on the platform. I think folks highlight some of our, our hit shows, and that's the ones that they focus on. But I think we have fitness shows, we have short form content, we have some scripted, we have, all sorts of shows.
Doses of Drea.
Doses of Drea
Who's
has a
very
show on the
bossy
network. I
and-
think we have dating shows. One More Chance. We had Tokyo Tony's dating show, B Simone, Quay,
Bobby Lights.
Bobby Lights.
B. Simone was on there? I didn't know B. Simone had a show on there.
She had a
Yeah,
dating show.
You're my boy. She was early days when we first around the time we first launched. I mean, you have the real Black China. That was a real show. Had a lot of heart, some levity in it. I mean, our shows have so many different components to it. I think that the Baddies show, Baddies, is one of our hit shows. I think Joseline's Cabaret is a hit show, and I think people focus on that Krishan and Blueface show. Those are hit shows.
I watched Joseline's Cabaret for the first time last week. Just hilarious. Had me watch an episode. I saw 3 fights in one episode.
Jesus.
The girl got hit so bad. She had a gas so deep in her head that she had to go to the hospital.
Right.
See, y'all don't play like the other networks. Like I know VH1 and MTV. Sometimes if there is a fight, the person is suspended. Y'all just it's reality. It's reality.
I mean, there are consequences for things that happen, on set when people do things. I mean, I'm a little different than most CEOs when it comes to, working with certain folks when things happen. I don't know. I think I have a great relationship with a lot of our content partners. I'm a little bit more lenient when it comes to certain things. I understand. I mean, we have real conversations about things that happen, whether it's Natalie or Joseline or China or Blueface, Krishan. I mean, we have real conversations. So, I understand. I'm just a little bit more, flexible. We're not a traditional network. We're non-traditional. We're independent. We are Black owned. And so, we understand the folks that we're working with as well. Some of them, may not pass the psyche valves or the
Y'all do
background
those?
checks.
Y'all do psych evaluations?
we if we need to do some, we'll do some. We do background checks. We do our due diligence when it comes to folks that we work with. But it's again, for me, it's just about giving people an opportunity to tell their story. And when some networks aren't looking to work with people, I see value. I see value in all of our cast members, all of our talent, all of our content partners. And so I think everybody's different. Everybody has a different story to tell, and we just provide those opportunities to have hundreds of people working for your network, giving jobs. I mean, that's on and in front of the screen and behind the scenes is a big deal for me.
It's intriguing to me because it feels like you have a level of white leniency, and what I mean by that is I've seen we used to give Mona Scott Young hell. I used to call Mona Scott Young Satan Scott Young, right? Like seriously, we used to give her hell, but for whatever reason you are exempt from that type of criticism. Like nobody ever comes at you directly for the programming that's on Zeus.
Because they love it.
Yeah, how was your experience, Natalie?
The people love it. The people love it. I mean, because I've obviously come from the traditional television, Oxygen, WeTV. I've worked with everyone. So going to Zeus now and being there now, basically my new home for almost 3 years, people just love the energy. Like when we're outside, they love Lemmy. People love Lemmy. I love Lemmy. The cast, everybody, like, it's fun. It's like the new wave. I feel like when we used to do events with Oxygen back in the day, we used to come to New York and the bad girls would have events. They were just so like uptight and traditional, and the girls have to stand here and it was just like very. I don't even know how to really put it, but not knocking where I started, just saying where we are now with the streaming platform and Zeus, and how our bosses, we literally could call him on the phone, and any of the cast members, all of the, the Bobby Light shows, the Baddies, the Bad Boys, we have a direct contact to the boss. That was never a thing before with the, the old networks.
And he bossed y'all up.
Bossed us all up.
Because you were an executive producer on shows.
On Baddies, Bad Boys, and Krishan and Blueface's show. And I do feel like Lemmy gives that opportunity to everyone to come in. I know for a fact people are making more money at Zeus Network and I'm not just saying me or the other executive producer, I'm talking about all the talent than anywhere else. So he's not only like putting everyone in a better position in life for themselves and their families and their kids and whatnot, but he's literally working with people that, like he said, like, you know, maybe the old networks, their old shows don't want to work with them anymore. Like, not to bring up Erica Mena or anything, because I know that's a big topic. I'm only saying this because when she got fired the other day, it literally went viral to put her on Baddies. Like, we got thousands and thousands and thousands of tags because
She apologized this morning too.
I did just hear that on the radio coming over here. But I do just think, like, you know, we got to commend Lemmy and Zeus Network, because at times, like, when people don't see an opportunity or don't see value in talent anymore, and we're trying to figure out where we're going to go next or what show we're going to be on, or, oh, am I going to do a podcast, or, oh, am I going to do this? Like, he opens up the doors, and it's like, it's insane. Like,
let me ask you, how did, for people that don't know, you know, what was the idea of this network? How did you get this network started, and how did you get it off the ground?
He was in a club and saw a bunch of girls fighting. And he was like, "Oh,
There you go. I mean, that's
instead of
exactly
putting
what
this
happened.
on Shade Room, we can record it ourselves and put it on TV."
Wait.
Not at all. No, I think for me, originally, I wanted to, I want to say around 2015 or so, I wanted to launch a television network. I come from, working with parents who own networks. So I just thought it was.
You said you come from parents that
owns television networks.
Okay.
So I just wanted to launch a subscription video on demand.
Where you
platform.
from?
Michigan.
Michigan, okay.
Michigan.
Oh, your parents owned like local cable?
Yeah, a bunch.
I think you told us
around
that
the-
before.
Yeah, yeah. And so for me, it was just important to launch my own network. But I felt like the Netflix model was the new wave. All about convenience, choice, and control. Subscription model. VOD. All that stuff was just like the new wave. And so for me, I just wanted to get ahead of it. And I aggregated a lot of content partners. And kind of my motto or philosophy in the beginning was, we're putting the hands back into the power of the content creators. And, we want to empower them. We wanted to let them tell their stories. And so like I said, I aggregated a lot of folks to come be a part of the network. And originally it was like some social media folks. And then, we just started to kind of migrate over to working with more traditional, talent. And so it was just, I just felt like, I come from traditional. I sold a lot of shows to various networks, Viacom networks, some of the NBCU networks. And I just didn't, I was a full service production company, a CEO for a full service production company. And so for me, it was just, I didn't like the deal structures. It took a long time to get a show off the ground. It was, the process was really brutal. And so I was just like, look, we got to get these shows out quicker. I want to be able to tell our stories. Most of these networks and production companies are white owned. And so for me, it didn't really make a lot of sense, like, to allow those people to tell our stories and to determine what we should get paid and how. For us, like, I remember you guys interviewed, Ray J and Bow Wow, and he was telling you guys, like, he appreciated the experience with Zeus, and, he has equity in his shows, and, they're getting paid a lot of money. So I think for me, it was just really about empowering the content, creators and the talent, and giving them different types of deals and allowing them to tell their stories. And so for me, I launched the network in 2018. We've been up and running for over 5 years. And, it's been growing and scaling ever since. And so,
when did you start making money? When did you start making money? How long did it take?
It took a minute to make some money. There was a little bit of trial and error, and we had a little bit of experimentation when it comes to certain projects. But
How much is a subscription?
$6.99. $5.99.
$5.99.
$5.99.
And what was the first
Look,
show?
He does this every time.
He about to do the math. And what was your first show to take off? That was like, this is it.
We had a couple shows. We had, Blame It on Quay show actually did fairly well for us when we first started moving and getting things going. Then Pete Simone show did really well. Then One More Chance, One More Chance did really well, and then Black China just kind of really took us over the top. And
So y'all making almost $18 million a month?
Hey man, I appreciate it. We're doing
3
really
million
well.
subscribers?
Huh?
3 million subscribers. $5.99.
We have a lot of subscribers. I don't really disclose that information, but we do have a lot of subscribers.
For tax purposes or?
Various reasons.
Well, they can see that. They're going to see them numbers coming in now.
For security reasons, for just all sorts of reasons. We're just not ready to publish our numbers yet. But I will say this. I mean, look, we've been charting every week. We trend every week on Twitter. You know, we're charting in all the app stores. We're
Baddies
literally competing.
Baddies did 100 million views last season.
Baddies did close to 100 million views. It did about 91, 92 million views last season. We were competing with the NBA playoffs, NFL playoff numbers when it comes to ratings. You know, a lot of networks are getting, 500,000 views or 0.2, 0.3. We're getting millions of views every time. We on our subscription video on demand platform. So
how do you eat off that, Natalie?
So I'm like creator.
He's trying to be slick. He's trying to say.
I know. So I don't want to say anything I'm not supposed to say. I'm just kidding. Well, so I have equity in my shows.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Natalie has all of our content partners. So if you pitch a show to Zeus, part of our secret sauce and our incentive with the talent is that, and obviously they're executive producers, so we don't just look at them as just talent. We want them to get that real experience. We do all of our productions in-house, so there's no third-party production companies producing our series.
Which I love. I've learned so much.
Yeah,
behind the scenes,
there's an
crazy.
education process.
Editing
all
all of that with them.
There's an educational process that we provide. We do incentivize them to promote their shows. We allow them to share in the revenue that comes in different ways, not just a talent fee, a episodic fee. There's like real money. Like night and day from traditional television, and that was part of it. We were like, what they're paying folks on Love and Hip Hop, even if you give somebody, 10, 20,000. It's just not, to me, I think that, our talent, our content partners are worth more than that.
And now, what about the partnership with Floyd Mayweather? Was that?
Yeah, that was great. We partnered with Floyd and the Money Team, and
that was fun.
Shout out to Daryl Farmer and Walt and Rella.
Was that profitable?
Rella and Jonah. Yeah, they all did a great job making it happen, but it did really well. We that was our first time greenlighting any type of pay-per-view. So that's different technology, and it's a different type of situation when you're when it's more of a transactional video on demand type of situation. But would
y'all do another one?
Yeah, we love working with Floyd. We love
even
working
after
with
that brawl y'all just had. That brawl, because if I'm Floyd,
we had nothing to do with that.
That was Floyd. I don't want nothing to do with it.
No,
because that makes his brand look bad.
But we had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, we didn't.
That wasn't.
But y'all showed it, though.
We were the distributor. That's like saying.
But it wasn't your cast member.
But y'all
First
showed
it
it.
started in the ring with Floyd and
No. So there's two things going on.
Yeah.
It was the Floyd fight was happening live.
Right.
All of that was live, and while all that was happening, it was just chaos, right? And so once the chaos broke out, then Joseline and other folks were fighting backstage, and we weren't even really,
Do y'all get in trouble for that? Because that was y'all security, though.
No, we didn't. We weren't actually like I wasn't there, so I don't know. I watched the footage just like but we know we weren't responsible.
You wasn't at the fight?
No,
We were
I
in
wasn't
the
behind the
arena.
scenes.
Oh, okay,
I wasn't
okay.
behind the scenes with Josh. We had two productions going on. We actually had three productions going on.
We did have three productions.
We were shooting Blueface and
and
Krishan
Krishan.
live. They had performances, and we were shooting their series. Then we were shooting the exhibition, and then we were distributing and filming, the fight, the Floyd fight. So Floyd loves working with us. We love working with Floyd. We do good business together. He's a great partner, and the fights are fun.
I want to
they're
do
fun.
another. I was on the undercard.
Yeah, we
with
fought
her.
Tommy,
Her
right?
and Tommy fought.
I
They
wanna
were
do another
undercard. Floyd. We
was
are talking
fun.
about some other fights, but
That fight looked so pitiful. It looked like y'all were so damn tired.
I wanted to keep going. It was her who just fell to the ground. Like, what are you doing?
She
Get
looked
up.
tired. She was tired.
Did you have a chin guard on?
Oh, you know what, Charlamagne? Not today.
I just asked. I
Not
didn't-
today. Not today.
Listen, Lee, Lim,
Bitch ass nigga still.
He's still a bitch ass nigga, you see? That's why I'm not gonna let him slide too much.
listen.
I
Lim,
would say-
question: are you afraid that you are going to get held liable for stuff like that, though? Because somebody that got assaulted could easily name Zeus in a lawsuit.
Yeah, we protect ourselves as much as we can. Insurance. Our deals. We implement a lot of things in our deals. Am I nervous? We know what we signed up for. We know who we're working with, and for us, I'm not really worried about it. It's more so, we just have to implement, a certain protocol and procedure that protects everybody, our cast, our crew, and all the folks involved, and we do that. And we have a great security team. We've beefed up our security. We have great producers that do a fantastic job. We protect not only just the talent, we protect the production. So we have security watching over our production. While it's going on. So we just, we try to, do as much as we can to make sure it's a safe environment, and that even though there's things that happen, conflicts, altercations, we try to do our best to mitigate the situation as much as possible. But working with
the baddies,
we're working with Bad Boys, we're working with Blueface and Krishan, we're working with all sorts of
everybody.
Joseline, we're working with
all the shows.
Now you posted a picture and everybody thought you had surgery. They thought you shortened your chin. I didn't even know that's possible.
Now,
Was that?
call him a bitch ass nigga.
No,
Now call him a bitch ass nigga.
I didn't do it the way you did it. I'm
Call
asking
him
a question because that was the rumor.
That wasn't no rumor. I ain't never see that.
Listen,
Was that a rumor?
it was a rumor, and
Really?
it's a rumor. But I feel like what happened was when I first got in Hollywood, I was like probably 125 pounds. I was like 24 years old. So fast forward 13 years, my body's changed. I feel like when people grow into their whatever. So I'm like, I grew into my chin. Now they're mad because they have nothing else to talk about.
Now Nicki Minaj mentioned you too.
So hold on. So you didn't get, there wasn't
No, I didn't get, no, I gained more weight. Like, I'm not 125 pounds anymore. So
Yeah.
I put it on in my face, I guess. I don't know.
Do you like the East
Natalie,
Coast?
you look great.
Thank you, Levy.
I think there's nothing wrong with your chin.
Nikki said something about it. And when she said something about my chin in her new song, there was a whole viral moment that I had my chin.
Now,
out.
why she not a bitch ass nigga for talking about your
No,
chin?
because that's sis. That's big sis.
What did she say about the
Chin,
chin?
chin check like Natalie Nunn, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
She said,
yeah.
what
Man,
is
that's
what
a
is
good
that?
double
She
entendre.
said,
Come on, now,
even if you guys are annoying because now everybody does this everywhere we go. She just said, even if my name was Natalie Nunn, you bitches still couldn't chin check me.
That's a good double entendre.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I
You be
think that's
chin checking people.
I mean, doing my big one.
What about in the winter? Will you wear a chinchilla?
You know what? I'm not doing this with you today. It's Charlamagne. See, and then when I get on his ass, then he's mad. Then when I just randomly am at bars in New York, where the fuck Charlamagne's
I was like, the only thing I saw about that video was I was like, well, which one of y'all canceled Natalie Nunn's interview? Because I didn't know nothing about it.
We didn't know
what he
nothing about it. We were
Yeah.
confused.
I guess it was, I don't know. It was like 3 different publicists that work obviously at Zeus, and then my
I
publicist.
think it was a
But
miscommunication.
y'all were up here after the old one. That's what I'm like.
Yeah.
It was never a problem
How many times
situation.
Natalie been up here? She been up here a few times, right?
like 3. This is my
Yes.
third time.
So why would we ban you?
Him, because
Oh, he banned you.
him.
He banned you. That bitch ass nigga banned
Well,
you.
he banned my chin. He didn't ban me, so that's why I'm here. 'cause,
Actually, bitch ass nigga acronym is banned, by the way. BAN. It is. Let me ask you a question. What do you think contributes to the success of Zeus? Because people say the ratchetness, they say the degradation of women, right? So what would you say contributes to the success of Zeus?
I think that first of
Wait,
all,
let me answer that. I think it's Lemmy.
No, don't.
No, for real. Besides the fact that we have a lot of amazing and great talent that, whether or not they're loud and they're obnoxious or they're this, that, and the other, they have a fan base that follows them. But Lemmy's like 10 toes down in the paint. Like, he's there. He's not the CEO that sits behind the desk. So I tell him this all the time. Like, we'll be out at dinner somewhere and I'm like, yo, I just got to let you know, like, you are like the best CEO. You are right there. Like, he didn't have to be here this morning. Let me make so much money. Like, he really doesn't have to do it, but he's always involved, or he's always right there, even on the shows. Like, he's not at every single scene, but he's somewhere right there. He's making sure things are going right. He's making sure, he's there, 10 toes down.
Yeah,
I think that makes a big difference.
I've decided to kind of be more of a boots on the ground CEO. We're only 5 years old. I think that I'm not going to take all the credit, but thank you. I think we have a phenomenal team of executives. We have a great group of executive producers. Shout out to my team and President of Zeus, Jason Tobert, and LJ, my brother, who's our executive producer on all of our shows, even Mark Scheibel, who's one of our EPs. We have a great team. Daryl Farmer, who's an advisor and consultant for Zeus, and Janisha, and who my girl, and we just have a lot of folks that just do an amazing job. And I think that we have a great group of stars that work with the network. I mean, so I think that in addition to the show is being loud and provocative. I think that we try to push the envelope a lot more. Our content is uncensored. We don't censor our content. You know what I mean?
So would there ever be a reason to kick somebody off of Zeus? Can somebody do something?
Yeah, can somebody go too far? No,
can somebody go too far?
Of course.
Besides murder and kill, but can somebody go too far where you be like, that's
of course.
Yes.
If they disrespect,
And has
if
that
they
ever
disrespect me, no, I'm just kidding. No, honestly.
Oh, they disrespect you, but they can disrespect each other, and you don't care.
No, I'm kidding. No, I don't do
Let
it.
me care.
No, I honestly, we've never had to kick anybody off. I don't recall ever us.
There's people that we don't work with anymore, but I won't say any names.
Yeah, I mean, I think
But
that.
did they do something wrong? You just don't like them, like you know what I mean?
they
Like
be doing crazy shit.
No, I think.
I need
there's-
to know what y'all call crazy.
that's
Because we
facts.
see all these
That's
clips
facts.
from Zeus. What do y'all call crazy?
What do y'all call? I think that I think our audience resonates with our content because it's real. Okay, a lot of networks water down their content. They have to censor it. The talent doesn't come off usually authentic and real. And I think that makes a difference. We put out our content a lot faster. We just shot a whole series of Baddies East. We're literally we just wrapped a few days ago.
How many
And
fights?
I don't. Well, I'll let her answer that
How
one.
many
but
fights, Natalie?
30 or 45.
You see what I'm saying?
No, but
Christ.
Start a wrestling league. Start a wrestling league.
No.
Lenny.
The thing is, we're
kidding.
putting out our content. We're premiering it this Sunday. We just shot it 30 days. We're premiering the first episode. So I think the
That is
timeline
easy,
of when we release our content
It's
is a
really
big deal.
quick turnaround.
We have a great marketing campaign. We work with a lot of great folks. Shout out to all the blogs that that have picked up our content, that work with us as well. I mean, it's great. The Hollywood Unlocks with Jason Lee, Kyle at
Jason
Neighborhood.
Lee.
Yeah, shout out to Jason Lee. Shout out to Kyle at Neighborhood Talk and Ra Lee at Onsite. All these guys are awesome. We have our own blogs. There's a lot of folks that contribute to the success of Zeus. Not just myself and our immediate team, but just other folks that just believe in the vision.
So
And
the success of Zeus is the people.
It's the people, it's everybody involved, everybody involved. And I think we're growing larger and larger. I mean, it's getting crazy. We're sponsoring a lot of folks. We've sponsored several Diddy events. We're sponsoring his album release party tonight. We've sponsored videos with French Montana. We've done all sorts of things. I mean, we work with a lot of traditional folks. We put on a lot of events. We're just doing everything we can to make our mark, and I think it's working, and I think it's doing really, really well. But
Natalie, why do people think you're scared of Joseline? That's what Jess Hilarious said. She said
No,
you're scared
I know
of Joseline.
Jess has favorites, and that's okay. My
I
favorite
think
was
her and
Angela.
Jess y'all got a little thing
yeah,
going on.
yeah, she just
we
keeps
need to
coming
get Jess
for
on
me.
Baddies.
Yeah, for sure.
No,
She don't want to do that.
We're not doing that.
She
No.
said no, we're not doing it.
We're not
She
doing
don't
it.
want to do that.
I think she would be great on Baddies.
We're not doing that.
Here we go, Lemmy. Look,
Jess will not be on Baddies
Why is that? Why wouldn't she be on Baddies? What's wrong with
because
her?
we don't want her to be.
she has her favorites. She has her favorites.
I think he should be on Bad Boys.
I feel
I
like
think he should be. I think
he would be the
Charlamagne should
star.
on Bad Boys.
He would be the star of Bad
I think he
Boys.
should be on Bad
I
Boys.
think you should do Bad Boy, Charlamagne.
I'm too zesty for Bad Boys.
Right.
I'll get that whole show.
So what's your problem with Joseline? And then what's your problem with Jess?
No, I don't have a problem with. Okay, so look, let's be very clear. I think with Joseline and I, we both. I feel like we both came into the industry around the same time. We could say, in the reality TV world, in that lane. She owned her lane at the time for Love and Hip Hop, and I definitely owned the Bad Girls Club. We all can just say that about the two of us. So, when it came down to me coming to Zeus, I think she was already like 3 seasons in on Joseline's Cabaret, and I've always supported her show. Like I've always reposted, posted it up. I mean, can you agree to that? I've always, it was never like but I think, once Baddies came and kind of did our thing, and started taking off a little more, and now obviously it's the season 4, I think it started becoming more of just like a competition in the sense of like who's the queen of Zeus or whose show is running Zeus.
Listen, I'll say they both do an amazing job.
Hey,
I love Joseline. I love Natalie. I love all of our content partners. I think that it's just a little healthy competition. Joseline's show does incredibly well, and shout out to Joseline Ballistic. The success of Joseline's Cabaret. We just, Joseline's Cabaret New York is airing and is doing incredibly well. So I think they look. I have a great relationship with both of them. They do interact sometimes, and you know, it's been a little up and down from time to time, but I think for the most part, I think they.
It's up and down. Like y'all have arguments
like,
behind the scenes.
Yeah, we do.
Would y'all
Sometimes.
box? Would y'all box like you box Tommy?
I mean, I would, but I don't know if she would. But
Why y'all ain't record that?
I mean, I would.
Joseline's focus is her music and her show. I don't think she wants to do that.
I think she could get on the ring with you for the right price.
Y'all make a lot of money. That'd be a good.
like
That'd be the
I'm
undercard
down.
for the next Floyd fight.
Yeah, hey, I'm down. No, so it's not like a. I also think people stir it up. I think people like Jess or people like
What's your problem with Jess?
She said, she'll say things like, "Oh,
She's a comedian also too, though.
I know. Listen, I let everybody live.
What did Jess say?
Okay, well, originally Jess started
Put him
with,
on Bad Boys.
She started. Jess started off by saying that Tanisha was her favorite from Bad Girls Club, and that I shouldn't be running Bad Girls Club over at Zeus. That's how it started, and I was like, what is she talking about? Like, so she started with that. Then the second thing was when Krishan and Blueface's show came and, my name's in the credits as an executive producer, she went on to say Natalie is exploiting Krishan and making all this money off of her. And there's a whole thing on YouTube if you Google it. Like, she just went on a rant. Mm-hmm. And so I just be like, how as another female are you going to be mad at me for just working? I'm just doing my job. Like Lemmy said, we're just following people's stories. I'm not telling Krishan to do this. I'm not telling Krishan to, we're just following them. It's just raw, uncensored, whatever they're doing. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, how am I exploiting her? Like, what? Like, I get.
The only thing I would correct Jess on is not just you exploiting her, it's Lemmy too.
No, but we're not. We're not. Don't start Charlamagne.
But Jess got an opinion. She got an opinion.
Exploiting who, Jess?
No,
Jess?
Krishan and
No.
the shows.
Oh, first of all, I love Jess. She's great.
Oh, God.
I don't have an issue with Jess. I don't have an issue.
I mean, last time we saw her, I told her to get the fuck out of our section.
Well, you guys were getting into it. I was trying to calm her down, and I was like, hey, she
Y'all got into it somewhere?
Yeah, we were at.
It was in
when you sponsored
Houston.
Lemmy sponsored that Tycoon weekend. One of the sponsors with 50 Cent.
And they were kind of having a little thing. But
Jess and Natalie?
Yeah, she was randomly walked into our section and tried to grab our bottle and drink. Like, bitch, you were just talking
That's right,
shit.
Jess.
Nah.
Jess
Like, you was
what's up?
just talking
Jess
shit.
want to see who want the smoke.
Me.
Listen, Jess and Nat, they both listened to me in that moment. It
was
calmed down
fun.
and it we diffused it, and I don't think they've talked ever since, but I think you guys should talk. I think
I thought she was. Yeah, this was
like
Last year. It was Taco Weekend in Houston, right? It was a year ago.
Never tell me y'all almost got into a fight.
But what did you ask me about Krishan?
That we're exploiting them.
Yeah, why do you
I'm
exploit
like,
her?
I don't even know why.
You can see why people would think that, though, if they don't know.
How are we telling grown people? We cannot tell.
First of all, I don't exploit Blueface and Krishan. They're executive producers. They're very aware of what we're filming. They are very hands-on with the post-production aspect. They watch the cuts before they are released. They give notes. They are very hands-on. We don't even, if you watch the show, there's like no real story producers like producing them. It's literally just the cameras following them.
But you never jumped in between, though? Like you jumped in between Nunn and Jess, right? You never jumped in between when the parents are fighting Blueface and
no.
This one is allegedly drinking pregnant that they show.
That's their documentary. That's their life. That's what they be doing.
But if she was drinking pregnant, right? That was the story that she was drinking, right? Or smoking pregnant, one of them.
No, smoking maybe.
And nobody stopped to be like,
let me say this first of all.
But not drinking.
I'm not on every set on every day. That's number one. I try to be where I can be as much as possible. Sometimes we have multiple shows going at the same time, and I wasn't really on their production as much. But when we did have some really big moments, I was there. I actually did help, diffuse the situation between Krishan's family and Blueface. I don't know if you guys saw the first season, and it was like a ton of stuff that happened. I try to do what I can. I can't control everything. Right. Our cameras capture everything, and that's part of the brand. We capture all of this content in real time, and so
just be starting shit, bro.
But I would say I don't
hear.
Natalie, all of y'all start shit.
We don't exploit our talent. We don't exploit, and that narrative needs to stop.
That pissed me off when she said
everybody
that.
is pretty hands on and aware. We don't control what people do. I can't control there's no universe where I can control Tommy and how she comes off on camera. She did a great job. She was a producer. She was hands-on with Baddies West, and I love Tommy. She's great, but she's gonna be Tommy. Just like I have no control over Natalie. She's gonna do Natalie. I have no control over Blueface, Krishan, you know, Joseline. I love all of them, and you know, I appreciate that they love the relationship with me and Zeus, and they do their thing. And I think that people appreciate, which is part of the success of Zeus at this current time, you know, the realness and the rawness of and the authenticity piece of it all. And,
well,
and
answer this question and tell me if you think it's fair. This is a question from Forbes. Forbes wrote an article, a woman named Maya Hoskin, and the headline is, and it's a question, does Lemuel,
you can just say Lemuel Plummer.
does Lemuel Plummer's Zeus network represent everything that is wrong with how black people are portrayed on TV? Answer that question.
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. I mean, no. I'm not the originator of, you know. Like,
why? Because it's not just black women, it's
I'm just
Puerto
saying
Ricans
there's
and Spanish
music.
people.
I mean, look, every industry, like you got, people could call your show salacious or, you know, conflict driven. You guys exploit black people. I mean, I think you guys do a great job. I think you guys do a great job asking the real questions, being your authentic selves.
Right.
I would love, if somebody said pick up the Breakfast Club, I'd pick up the Breakfast Club in a heartbeat if we had the opportunity.
Hey, let's bring them up to Zeus.
But you know, I would. But I think that no. I mean, look, shows have been going on. These types of shows have been going on for decades.
Yeah,
I'm not the
Girls
originator
Clubs.
of you know black content and you know certain types of formats and shows. You know, I think that we've you know been able to capture it in its raw form and be able to put it out and distribute it in a unique way where it is it's entertaining and you know some of it has shock value, some of it has drama, some of it has some levity and comedy, some of it, I mean, it's so many different components. So I don't know if you really watch all the episodes.
Not every episode.
Right. So people watch clips, people watch trailers, and then they make judgments.
Yeah.
I guarantee that writer, if you had to ask this writer, do you physically watch every episode of every series?
Yeah, I know.
She doesn't. I'm assuming. That's my assumption, but I could
watched
be wrong.
one episode. I saw 3 fights.
Yeah, and
I saw a woman swing on a pole and kick another woman in the stomach. Entertaining as fuck, but I was like, Jesus Christ.
But with no structure, right? No structure, no rules, right? Do you ever get to a point where it's like if something goes bad with somebody that you're working with, that they turn that on you? Because there is no structure, no rules. The people know that they could hit, they could punch, they could fight, they could kick, they could curse, they could swear, and they're not going to get fired. So if you ever do something that pisses somebody off, who's to say Natalie Nunn won't turn around and smack the ish out of you or punch you?
Listen, well, first of all, I've experienced a lot of things. You know,
who smacked you, Lemmy?
Not me.
I'm not gonna say. For sure.
Somebody really put hands on you?
Joseline smacked you, Lemmy?
I'm not gonna. No, but
somebody really put hands on you? You ain't got to say who the person is.
It wasn't like that. I think it was just the heat of the moment. I'm very forgiving and patient when it comes to certain things. You know, again, I'm very aware of who I work with. But yeah, I mean,
that's kind of crazy.
No, I am. I mean, some people would call us the Second Chance Network. We give a lot of people, you know, the opportunity to come back and return to TV and be themselves. I think that, you know, again, we're a subscription video on demand platform, so I think our content just is a little louder because we're not, you know, generating revenue off of advertising. So we don't censor our content. So we allow things to play out. And I think people appreciate that. When you have to water things down, when you have to edit it in a way, when you have to censor it, I think that, you know, that's kind of old school. I think that's old school. I think we live in a day and age where a lot of folks are desensitized.
But let me, the
with
person
a lot
that
of
put hands on you, it still works for the network, and you ain't got to say the person's name. The reason I say it because at the end of the day, I get it.
Has anybody ever put hands on you here?
No.
Okay.
Ask me that.
Has any ever put hands on you?
A couple times.
Really?
Yeah.
Like smacked you or?
Yeah. Oh, you thought people that work here?
Yeah.
Oh no, nobody works here.
Or any of your.
Nah, out in the street. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
No, I don't. I've never experienced that, but you know, look, I work with a lot of females. If a female, I'm not gonna react. Like, so yes, to answer your question, do they still work? we've talked about it. We've
You
discussed
got to get
it.
an older cousin and
Well, he got to be. Lemuel moves like the president. Don't get fucked up. I've seen him. You don't know I saw you, but I've seen you out and about.
They shouldn't be getting that close then.
Yeah. No, they don't. I have a great security team. Shout out to Zeus.
Oh, now you got security team after the hand. Yeah, all right.
No. We just, look, being boots on the ground, I got to make sure I'm protected and the folks that I move around with.
I seen a video with Mano though, right? I know y'all squashed him from then. How did Mano get that close to you then?
At that fashion show.
Well, he didn't get. Well, we were at a club.
Hold on, Mano wanted to fight you?
Mano didn't know who he was. They bumped into each other. Mano just thought he was a guy trying to grab the mic and talk. And Mano was Mano.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the guy he was choking out?
Yeah.
But Mano was choking that dude?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He just gave me a little shove. And,
and I had to get right in the middle.
Natalie got in there. But
Natalie Nunn was security that day.
No, my security understands how to. They're not going to just immediately react and go up because that could be dangerous. And, so I just, signaled, like, let's keep it cool. Like, it's okay. Like, I'm all right, but.
Y'all ain't want them problems with Mano.
No,
was y'all in New York?
Yeah, it was in New York.
Oh, yeah, you would.
No, first of all,
Y'all ain't.
It was their party, though. They was like.
I don't care who party.
I have nothing but respect and love for Mano. We talked about it the next day on live. It went viral, and he, in his own unique way, acknowledged, like, my bad,
His own unique way he apologized.
He did. He didn't say, hey, man, sorry. He's like, my bad. I didn't know that was you. And, we squashed it. And it was cool. We actually had a phone call, FaceTime. That, it was great. So, it's okay. I look, everybody doesn't know who I am. They don't. And that's fine. I mean, now I think, people are starting
they know who the hell you are.
There you go.
You do a lot of FaceTime, Natalie?
Do a lot of FaceTime?
Yeah.
Here we go.
What's wrong with y'all? See, y'all make everything a joke for no reason.
This is the thing,
It
Charlamagne.
shouldn't even be a joke.
We are gonna have beef forever, you and I. Like, it's gonna be
FaceTime.
that. Like,
What's wrong with it?
Because he's so crazy.
Let me ask you a question.
Back to life.
How do you go from that to serious? All right, go ahead.
This is my biggest issue with Lemuel. Let me say something that makes a lot of sense. You talked about Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Breakfast Club gets all the smoke. We get all the accountability. People always hold us accountable. I don't feel
Even
like
for
you getting
old
no
stuff.
smoke, and I feel like you hiding behind the Natalies and the Joselines, and you let them take the smoke, but you don't get it because Mona got smoke, Shawnee O'Neal got smoke, but you don't never see people like Andy Cohen really get too much smoke.
You're talking about executive producers. I'm the CEO of the network.
Talk that
it's,
talk.
It's different. I respect all of them. They're all great. So, I'm the CEO of the network. So it's not, it's
So you should get the most smoking. Really?
Listen, they can. You said, hold on, you're mad at me because
you don't get no smoke.
I do get smoke.
Nobody said no. I
Like,
Googled
I
articles. This is the one article I saw asking this question
man.
about.
Listen,
Dave said that we are the worst humans ever. We setting the black race back. We all time. I've seen the worst stuff about us.
We get that too. We get that. I get that.
I ain't see it enough. I need y'all to do more. I need to everybody listening.
Charlamagne, why you want us to get canceled?
Not
Like,
you. Lemuel Plummer needs to get more smoke for being the CEO.
He's a black man
network.
winning, man. He's starting
At
networks.
what cost?
He has positive shows on there, too, man.
He's winning.
No, he's doing his thing.
Listen,
we
He
gotta
wanted to
balance
start
the
networks. He
shows.
started a network.
I
He
think-
figured it out.
I
His
think-
business structure is great.
Thank
He's
you,
spending
man.
a lot of checks.
I think that look, we balance it out in different ways. Like I said, we
Sponsor
we've
a
done-
lot
we've
of stuff.
We
Yeah,
have a
you
great
do.
relationship. I have a great relationship with, like you said, the Floyds, the Diddies.
You
know,
give
we
back
have
all the time to
There
the
is a
community.
philanthropic side of Zeus that we give back. We employ a lot of folks.
I think you got to show more of that.
Yeah,
I really do.
I agree with
I
that.
think you
Maybe
gotta
we
show
show a
more
lot
of
more of that,
I
but I
think
do
so,
get,
too.
I do
do
feel
a
it. I do
lot.
feel it. I do feel it. I'm not on the front lines probably like you guys. Like you guys have a talk show. You have multiple things that you're on screen every day. So yeah, you'll probably feel it a little bit more. I think the EPs, are different than a CEO. So it's different. So I feel like, I feel it. I do get people talking and saying things all the time. I'm not gonna respond to everything. That's the thing. I don't need to respond to every and get in the minutiae and nuances of everything that somebody says or claims or what they may say negative about me. I bless you. I'm not gonna.
Natalie wasn't gonna never do it.
I'm not. But
I thought about it,
You know
though.
what I mean? But it's. I also feel like I have a great relationship with folks too. So I think people see my heart and the spirit. Of what I mean when things happen. I think I don't know. I just look, man. I want to do right by people. I think.
Does it feel like a Pyrrhic? I think it's what's the word? Pyrrhic victory, a victory that even though you win, so much is lost achieving that win.
I say that one more time.
A Pyrrhic victory is a victory that's not worth winning because so much is lost.
What's lost?
Well, people would say, like, when you say the degradation of women or watching women fight each other all the time.
But here's my thing. We're 5 years old. We have all sorts of plans.
Grow up, Lemmy.
We have all sorts of plans to diversify our content. I don't have unlimited budgets. This is self-financed, right? I self-finance Zeus. All the money that we make, we put right back into the network. We pay our content partners great. We do fair deals. We're not, some cheap network. At the end of the day, we do everything we can to bring value to folks. So for me, we're diversifying our content. We are tapping into scripted, looking for those right projects to greenlight. We are getting into sports. We're getting into music. And so there's just a lot of things that's happening with Zeus. I think you guys are just looking at this iteration of Zeus right now, and that's fair and that's fine. But I think that there's a lot that is happening with the network that you guys will see in the near future. And so yes, we'll still have shows like Baddies, Joseline's Cabaret, certain dating shows, and all sorts of things. But we like to take risks. We like to take risks. Like even when we greenlit Bobby's dating show, that was like one of the first gay dating shows.
Gay dating show.
We got a little bit of flack for that, but I felt like Bobby deserved a show. He's a great talent. He was an executive producer.
It was a great show,
great
too.
show. It was loud. It was provocative. So I think we want to take those chances. We want to experiment a little bit, but we also are going to balance it out. We do have some shows in the pipeline that we're going to be distributing. That aren't really focused on some of the other things that you guys see. So just give us a little bit more time, man. We're only 5 years old. A lot of these networks have been around for decades. BET's been around for probably over 30 years. They've grown. They started off probably doing music videos and this probably short people. So it's just, just stick with us. Give us an opportunity to show you guys that yes, right now is loud, it's provocative. We'll still continue to be loud. But we will diversify our content and we will put out new shows. And I'm really excited about the future of Zeus.
Yeah.
I still don't think you should be exempt from any smoke, though. I think with the same smoke Mona Scott Young got, you should get the same.
I'm not Mona.
They've been giving me that Mona.
Because he's hiding behind y'all, Natalie.
I get it.
Lemmy is hiding behind you.
Why does he think I'm hiding behind Natalie? Tell me. I want to understand your thought process with when you say that. What do you mean when you say I'm hiding behind them? Why do you think I hide behind them?
Because they're the face of the network. They're the front facing. When you think face of the network, you think Natalie, you think Joseline, you think Krishan.
Any network you got.
Natalie waiting for the joke. Natalie's
like, here we go.
There is
Natalie and her chin are the face of the network.
No, it's not. And Lemmy is behind that, and every now and then you pop up, but not enough to really get no smoke.
I don't want smoke. I want love.
But I will say this: who's the CEO? Most people don't know the CEO.
They don't. That's another.
They don't know
But
the
this
CEO.
is different because this is a black-owned network.
Yeah.
Most people don't even know who the CEO of BET is right now.
But it's a black-owned network founded by Lemmy, right? And he's black. That's the thing. Sadly, if it was a white person, they probably wouldn't be saying anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But because you're black, people expect you to do better by your people.
Right.
Well,
they don't. Well, let me ask you a question. Why, they don't come after the CEO of Viacom?
Because he's white.
That's what I just said. Yeah, because he's saying because he's white.
But that's crazy.
So they come after me. So I deserve to
And
smoke.
'cause you outside, you in the club, you with them, you on
Listen,
Breakfast Club interviews.
I'm young. I'm young. Like I said, we're not a traditional network.
Mm-hmm.
So I take pride in that. I'm happy like we can do things differently than most networks. There's a lot of restrictions. There's a lot of things that you can't do. I think that it helps. I think me going to the club sometimes from time to time shows me that I'm reachable. I'm here. I'm there with our stars and some of our folks, and we like to have a good time. I'm not there all the time, but yeah, I try to do as much as I can to be as reachable, to be as accessible. I get cussed out on text messages from time to time. I mean, there's a lot of things that happen. Like I said, for me, I do get smoke. I think that most people would respond to the smoke. I don't usually respond to it.
I get it.
And that's the thing for me. It's just like I'm not gonna get involved in all of that. It's just like I do have a lot going on. Running a network is a lot of work. So if there's egregious things that are said online from anybody, or you know, I don't really get involved in the minutiae and nuances of that. I mean, that we've been doing this for years now. I mean, people have said all sorts of things for years, and I just don't respond. And I think a lot of times, you know,
what's your Twitter? What's your Twitter and Instagram?
Lemuel Plummer, my name.
Make him respond. Make him respond.
See, he's trying to.
He likes to
He wants me to turn off the comments and deactivate my Instagram.
Now, Natalie.
Yes.
Are you and Charlamagne good now?
Well, I want to ask Natalie some questions.
Oh Lord.
You do have a double major in sociology and communication, which when you was here 10 years ago, that's one of the things I said. I was like, don't you want to utilize those degrees? Do you feel like you're utilizing them now?
Yes, for sure. I feel like now that I'm like executive producing Baddies, I deal with all of the girls every day. Like I'm hands-on, you know, with Lemmy and the team, whether it's casting, you know, working with the girls on camera and off camera. Just, you know, I feel like my communications degree definitely helps in that field because for some reason I could smack the shit out of a girl and we could still have a conversation 5 minutes after. And then even then, you know, sociology, I really understand a lot of the girls and just even the bad boys. Like, you know, the study of people is really, you know, what sociology is. So I feel like I definitely am able to utilize both of my degrees. I think I told you that before, even, you know, when I was up here years ago. I feel like reality TV, I think that has really what's helped me be a reality star and now even like a boss, because I can literally sit there, listen to them, I get it, and, you know, work with them.
And it's helped you to manipulate people, right?
Sure,
because you know what you're doing on social media. And I guess that's the only thing that I be tripping off, because like, you know, even last week when you went into the whole tirade, Charlamagne, bitch ass, but I'm like,
and I knew
she
you were
knows
gonna,
what she's doing.
I do know what I'm doing.
You know what I mean? She got a show
You know, it's
coming
really funny.
out.
Me and Bobby Lights, we were at the hotel in New York, and he came down to my room. We were here with Zeus or whatever, and he came down. He said, you know what you were doing? You just wanted him to respond. He pulled up the segment. I guess it was like the next morning you guys were talking about it.
The same morning.
Yeah, the same morning. He's like, look. And I was like, oh, Charlamagne misses me.
But I know
Could y'all just help me make up? Just make up. Just both of y'all make up.
Me.
But I know these things. And I guess that's the only thing.
He's a great story producer.
He is really good.
I just want people to see more of that side.
Okay.
Because people do follow you, they do watch you, and I think you owe it to these people to show them all of that whole totality of Natalie Nunn.
I think they're getting it. I mean, the thing is like I do feel like I live two lives, and I'm gonna be honest, because I'm on reality shows with other females that you probably would not see me with all the time and every day, but we're living together for a month and a half, 2 months, whatever, while we're filming, and then I go home. You know, I have like a family, and so, you know, my friends from home, and so it is like a balance for me. I have to, you know, tap back into, you know, being the boss baddie now. I don't really, I'm not on the show like Bad Girls Club 10 years ago, like being manipulative and doing that. I actually am in just sitting there like, so how can we figure this out, girls? Like, you know, you guys want to fight it out, fight it out. If not, like, you know, so I have grown up, but I can still be very manipulative, you know, especially.
Sociology degree.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you was an athlete. Didn't you go to the Junior Olympics or some shit?
I did. I played soccer at USC.
See what I'm saying, Natalie? Like, people need to see that. That's why I get frustrated at, because I'm like, you're more than just the reality show.
Yeah, for sure.
Person.
I mean, I feel like over the, 14 years now of me being on reality TV, people know that, you know?
I don't think they know it enough.
They know.
I don't think they do. Did you know all that about Natalie?
Yes.
Yeah, they know.
He said it last time she was up here.
And then I went overseas and
years
I did Celebrity Big Brother London, and we did all the little challenge, and then we did the challenge show on Arce. They know. They know.
How do you keep yourself from really getting mad, though? Like when you're really about to get upset, like what do you do? Chin up, shoulders back, breathe. Tell yourself you got this.
I wouldn't take that.
What?
This is what he does.
Y'all make everything a joke. Like, what are you talking about?
You said pull-ups?
That's a technique my
said
therapist tells me to do that. Yes, chin up, shoulders back,
Oh my
breathe.
God.
You got this. That's a technique your therapist will tell you to do. Chin up.
Show me again. Okay.
Chin up.
Okay, chin
Shoulders
up.
back.
Shoulders back.
Breathe.
Smack the shit out of you.
Why?
Hand goes back. Bow.
Why?
No. The thing is, you know, the girls do shit still to this day, and I think at this point, because of where I'm at, you know, like even especially at Zeus, I mean, everybody wants to be at the top. So they find a way to come for me. Whether, if it's Tommy coming on my show. And again, like I got in the ring with Tommy. We did our big one. We fought at the reunion because it was more than just the words and the bickering. Now it's like you're trying to come for a spot that's not your spot. And let's just be very clear. Like you're on my show, which is Baddies is my show. And have a little respect. But the thing about females are they're just really catty. And it's just never gonna, that is never gonna change. Girls are catty, jealous, they can be malicious, they could be very nasty individuals. So I feel like now for me, the only way I'm gonna really snap and smack the shit out of a bitch is if you're really fucking with my money or you're doing some weird shit. You're being weird behind the scenes. That's when it can get ugly. So I got in the ring with Tommy, we did our thing, and she's still, I think it was Floyd Mayweather weekend. She tried to pull up on me at a little spot in South Beach.
I have nothing to do with this stuff.
And so
How many times y'all gonna fight? Like,
I told her to come inside, but she was just outside doing, taunting.
are y'all gonna be 50 fighting?
The housewives was just, they're 50 fighting. I'm only in my 30s.
That don't make it
but
right, though.
I didn't say it was right, but I'm just saying I get backlash for that too. Like,
who's the CEO?
Baddies.
Who's the CEO of
Bravo?
not
NBC.
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 Lemuel Plummer.
NBC. I'm the CEO of NBC.
All right.
That is
Wow.
so
Universal.
funny.
Well, we appreciate you guys for joining us.
And
Yes.
I think we're going to continue to see a lot of evolution from Natalie Nunn, just like people continue to see a lot of evolution from me. You know what I mean? I think that you're going to continue to grow.
Thank
And
you.
I think we're going to start to see the whole totality
What's
of
gonna
Natalie
What's
Nunn.
gonna grow? Not my chin.
No,
Just know that
come on,
my
Natalie.
chin's
I'm telling you this sincerely.
Uh-oh.
I'm sending you nothing
Thank
but
you.
positive
Thank
energy,
you so
love, and
much.
light. I want you to keep your head up, keep
you.
your chin up, and most importantly, keep smiling because life's a
Thank
beautiful
you.
thing.
Thank you
Okay,
so
there's so much to smile
So
about.
we're cool now.
We never were
Can I
not
get a hug,
cool.
Charlamagne?
Come on.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That was so nice.
Never thought we weren't.
Well,
So
let you have it.
Batman.
But hold on, I wanted to say one other thing. You got to talk about your show that's dropping this Sunday.
Baddies drops this Sunday.
This Sunday.
Baddies East. Baddies
Baddies
East.
East.
So we're on the East Coast.
Okay.
And it is
crazy.
This season is really
We
went
got
up.
Suki on there. We got Mariah Lynn. We got.
How does that work? Because I thought Suki's on Love and Hip Hop.
But
There's no exclusivity.
That's not our issue.
Wow.
But no, Suki's on there.
Yeah, Suki.
You got Krishan.
Krishan's on there. I'm getting backlash for that.
We got Rolly. We got.
Pregnant,
Come
what is she
on,
doing?
talk about your
Rolly.
cast.
No, the cast is lit. This
Why are you
season.
getting backlash? What?
I mean, well, she's on there performing and stuff, and she was pregnant. People were like, she's pregnant. It's
Well, her
fine.
sister's on there too.
Her sister's on there too, so she was there with her.
We have Rolly's
Rolly.
returning. Scotty's returning.
Scotty with the body.
Who else is
Oh my God.
returning? Big Eve's returning.
Oh yeah, she's.
We have
You
a
don't
lot
like
of
Biggie?
great.
Why you say it like that?
She was from the East Coast, so she really did her big one this season. We love her.
Whoa, Vicky.
Whoa, Vicky. Whoa, Vicky.
Didn't her and Krishan fight or something?
How do you know? Have
Somebody
you been
told me that.
watching?
No.
Have you been watching that?
One of the producers put that on the paper. I didn't know who these people were, but I was just waiting. Just when
You
the
know
name-
who Whoa
when
Vicky
the-
is?
Who's Whoa Vicky?
Whoa, Vicky.
The little white girl.
The little, yeah.
Wow, white girl. Like, what? But
She
anyway.
used to have beef with the girl, Catch Me Outside or whatever. They're,
Oh, she went. Okay.
Yeah.
But-
So did they fight for the people?
No, they did.
You'll have to see.
Krishan, there was no fighting with Krishan. But the show does come out this Sunday.
Yeah.
This Sunday, September 17th. Premieres September 17th. So we're really, really excited about Baddies East and
The fans are so excited about Baddies East. Like the East Coast.
Oh, hi,
it
my
might
name
have
is
been my
T on
favorite.
there.
Hi, my name
Camila.
is T. Camila.
Who else is on there?
This is a big season for real. Like this is
Yeah.
probably
Anna.
Anna.
Smiley.
Oh God, Smiley. That's going viral right now. That
That's a lot of people.
she snatched Mariah Lynn's chain from.
Yeah,
It's,
it's a
just,
lot
it's
of-
like
it's
so
a
much
lot
shit.
of-
Charlamagne act like he's not into it, but he look like he's really
He
into
is.
it.
He's gonna watch Baddies this
Oh,
Sunday.
and Sky's there. Sky from Black
Black
Ink.
Ink. Sky's
Okay.
on the show.
Has VH1 sent you a cease and desist?
Yeah, I actually, the thing is, I've talked to the highest level at Viacom. I can't remember the guy. It was a
Chris
couple of-
McCarthy?
No. The Viacom.
Viacom?
Bob and
Oh, okay,
and
got
then
you.
Keys, who's the COO or something.
Mhm.
We had a couple conversations. They were yes. To answer your questions, they did reach out about cease and desist, but I mean I don't know why. I mean why would you send out a cease and desist?
You think they're gonna buy you one day?
Sure. If they may listen, I'm open. I would love to work with any of the media conglomerates, the NBCUs, the Viacoms. I think it'd be great to come up with some type of partnership or acquisition, I think, yeah, if the price is right and it makes sense, 100%. I think right now Zeus is, we're looking at that $1 billion, valuation.
Yeah.
So or it's definitely doing really well, and the company we're doing extremely well. So I'm super excited. But yeah, we've had some folks reach out. I'm just not ready to sell right now. Like I said, it'd have to be the right deal, and it'd have to make sense. And I enjoy doing what I'm doing. But
what makes them send cease and desist when you use their talent? Or?
We've sent them. I think it was I don't know. I honestly they reached out about some folks that maybe participated in some of the shows, but that's not really our issue. That the deal is not with Zeus. The deal is with
Your client,
the client. So if they're in breach, that has nothing to do with us.
Does Floyd own equity in the company?
No, Floyd does not own equity in Zeus, but we have been talking about some ways to partner and or for him to become a strategic partner in Zeus, and so we've had those discussions, and I think we're both open to exploring some things. So Floyd is great. We've had a lot of people, man. A lot of people reach out. It's been great. Diddy actually, has reached out.
Of course he did.
Wanting to come up with some type of partnership or make some investment.
He said y'all contracts too fair, though. Y'all treating talent too well over there. He said he need to give you one of them old school nights.
Now he's trying to story produce me.
Yeah, he's good. I told you.
I love Diddy. Diddy is an inspiration. Congrats on his
album tonight.
His icon, his global icon award at the MTV VMAs.
Yep, that's
also his
album.
His album. I mean, all the team over there, Stevie J, Frankie, all those guys that work with Puff, they've done a great job. DP, all those guys, they all do great, and we're happy to be in a line with Puff and his team and KK, all those guys. So it's great. They all do a great job.
Is Erica going to end up on Baddies?
I mean, I would love for Erica Mena.
Hey, that's
to come.
a great.
Yeah,
I think Erica could be great on Baddies.
She'd be great. I mean,
I heard y'all talking before when y'all was saying y'all would start a new show called One Monkey Don't Stop No Show, starring her. And
I'm not doing it.
Not doing
That's
this
not true?
No, that's not true.
I heard y'all saying that
but
earlier.
I would love for Erica Mena to come to Baddies. I think that would be amazing. I think this would have been a great season for her to do it too, because we just did the Baddies East. But hey, next season's right around the corner.
Yeah,
so.
we had a great cast. Oh, we mentioned Sapphire. She came on there too.
Oh, yes, Sapphire.
It was a lot. We had a great cast, but Erica would be great for
Yeah.
Zeus. I think there's a lot of people out there that would be great on Zeus.
Lemmy Plummer doesn't care about black women.
Oh my
Lemmy
God,
Plummer.
Charlamagne!
I love. Listen,
What do you mean?
Lemmy Plummer doesn't
Listen,
care about black women.
Let me say this.
Get on him the way y'all
Not
get on me.
true.
Go on social media.
No, listen.
Don't let me down.
We're not even gonna manifest it. This is
He is crazy.
Listen, I will say this. I love all of our talent. I know there's been, folks that have worked with us that, there's been some challenging times, but I love whoever you are out there. Just know if we've ever had any, hardships, I love you. I appreciate everything that you've done. I appreciate everybody that's, contributed to the growth and success of Zeus.
Mm-hmm.
I love you. If I don't mention you all the time, I'm sorry, for folks that may, be mad at me at this moment. I love you. I'm sorry if I ever hurt you, or did anything that,
Right.
I love you.
You ain't even got canceled yet and you apologize.
I'm just saying.
This is good. He's getting ahead of you.
He's getting ahead of
When they get on you, just call me and I'll walk you through it.
He's trying to story produce me.
I'll just walk you through it. Let me.
Listen,
It's good to let everybody know.
I love everybody.
Yeah, you do.
I love everybody. I love everybody.
We
on our
appreciate you
team.
for coming.
And
Lemuel,
you,
Plummer, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
love you, DJ.
Yeah,
and,
DJ.
And I
Natalie,
love
Nunn.
you too, man.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Yes.
Let's go.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.